This may come across a lick familiar, but try putting me on your wrist. Ah, that's more like it. Now, Asher, is it? Your grandfather left me here for you, to be your confidant of sorts. My name is Samuel. Samuel, just call me Sam. I can tell by the blank look on your face you've got questions. Well, you can start with tapping my face. Now, as you can see, I'm no ordinary fob watch or time trinket. My maker has endowed me with the ability to read between the lines, my friend. The lines being time and space. You following? Right. Tap that storage button. For my next trick, I have the capability to give you an extra hand. Literally. Now, it seems my previous owner burdened me with a fairly substantial item. If you would be so kind as to remove it, please. Whew, that's a weight off. Certainly looks familiar, but, we'll park it for now. Should you want me to carry anything for you, just hold an item above my face and let it go. I'll do the rest. Wonderful. All right. Now, for me to become your pack mule, you'll need to upgrade my clockwork. Though exactly how eludes me. Unfortunately, my mind, like that box I was in, is a bit dusty. But I have a feeling our union is fate. Now, let's see. Oh, geez, what happened? Time has been cruel to this place. A modern electrified abode. Long forlorn. I wonder if we can get this place humming once more. Or at least get them lights on. Let's take a look around. Trust these things to still be kicking. Probably past time we straighten up around here, to be honest. Let's seize the day, my friend. And by seize, I mean let's get this place electrified. Here's a novelty, Asher. A temporal shard. Picture a traveler, returning from a snowstorm. Upon arrival, he shakes the snow off his shoulders, which finds its way to the cabin floor. Well, in this case, it's time falling from our traveler's shoulders, which preserves itself in this protective shell. They make for an incredibly rare starbeamers. Looks like a childish trinket. Well, let's stop stumbling around. We need to jumpstart this abode. A water-based, rifle? Not what you'd want in a time of war. Unless you're fighting fire, of course. Let's be the powers that be. Let's take control. There must be some kind of doohickey that will kickstart this old dwelling. Holy smokes! That's not the world I remember. Like an overgrown garden. Time has had its way with this place. No, I don't believe it's a coaster. You don't even have a drink. But there might be something on that thing. Stranger things have happened. Let's seize the day, my friend. Yes. The wondrous... Dead like the drivel that it plays when it's working, huh? Looks like we might need more zing to get this thing going. Huh. An old ventilation duct. No lack of fresh air in here, though. Now that's a thing of beauty. Shame. Just needs a battery. Let's be the powers that be. Let's take control. There must be some kind of doohickey that will kickstart this old dwelling. Oh, this door could be all that separates us from illumination. You're a bright enough spark to open a door. Try that handle thing there. As our friends across the Great Atlantic would say, this door has snuffed it. I could give her the kiss alive. That said, it'll cost me plenty in terms of my precious little energy. Tap the button just below my face, will you? I'll show you a parlor trick. The sacrifices I make. Now, if you ever lost a stock, just push that button and I'll do my best to offer you counsel. All right, if you could kindly place me back on your wrist. Would you look at that? This looks like the kind of thing we could jumpstart a small town with. Put Thor to shame. Looks like she's running on reserves. We need to boost this thing somehow. Well, this is certainly gonna help us. Nicely done. Well, You ain't just a pretty face then, huh? Is that some sort of pattern? They can't just go in willy-nilly. You won't find a better fit on Savile Row. You got a handle on this. This looks promising. Our endeavor to open said door has brought this thing back from the dead. Sun catcher is what they called them. Looks like this one is missing a few pieces. Fits like a glove. If I was wearing a hat, I'd be tipping it to you right now. Well, well, well. Aren't we a live wire? Huh. These wires look like they might be related to that locked box there. Relatively speaking, of course. Looks like you've connected up this contraption. What an ordeal. I thought technology was supposed to make life easier. Not like you just rode a boat through syrup.
Power online. Base level now at 50%. Bringing online Tier 1 peripheries.
Bully for you, Asher. And thanking you, ma'am. Adieu. I have too grieved a heart to take a tedious leave. Eureka! This looks intriguing.
Swipe code incorrect.
She's back. And still a real peach. Regardless, what odd-looking symbols. Reminds me of my old fortune teller. Might be important to our immediate future. Look into the crystal ball. Yes, yes. There is a lot of transition going on in your life right now. And there is a great opportunity for you to make enlightening discoveries. Talk about staring off into space. How is this gonna help us? Star beamers? Well, bless my stars. What is the meaning of all these constellations? And there sure are a lot of them.
The code you have entered is incorrect.
Madam, if you had a few more cogs in that thing you call a head, you would just let us in. But don't fret. Let's take a step back. Have you got the right patterns from
Swipe
that
code
star
phase
beam
1
device?
accepted.
Of course it is. Unlike your attitude, which is unacceptable.
Swipe code phase 2 accepted.
Phase 2? I'm surprised you can count that high. Sheesh. I've had better conversations with statues.
Access granted. And remember, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. Vincent van Gogh.
The sight of the stars makes me dream. Van Gogh saw plenty of stars, if you catch my drift. Excuse me. What a strange closet. You smoke? Bad habit. But giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know, because I've done it thousands of times. I can't put my big nor small hand on it, but this gadgetry's known to me. I think I'm the missing component here. Try putting me into the device. I'll be. I used to say, the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. Well, I like to add a third. The day you realize you have a machine specifically made to upgrade you. Woo-wee! Fancy that. You can give me a mighty fine makeover here. Well, go on. Pay the man, son. Well, actually, looks like we will need to collect a few materials to make that happen. Well, pin my tail and call me a donkey. I'm pleased to say I can now carry 2 items for you. You're welcome. Now that is impressive. Reinforced sapphire bound with a Rosenberg frame would fetch a packet at auction. Clearly designed to contain the uncontainable. A supernatural design to hold a supernatural prey. Another message, possibly. Though we would need a special contraption to glean its gossip. A machine made to blow air. Well, now I've seen it all. and away we go.
Well, kid, if you're watching this, then you made it. Oh, this far, at least. What I'm about to tell you might seem crazy, but it's important that you understand what's about to happen next. This world you know, battered and broken, is not the world that was intended. There are those that believe humanity was always fated to destroy itself. They'll tell you this future will always be inevitable. But this is a lie. You see, we perceive time and space around us as fixed, a clock steadily ticking ever forward. However, the lines between the past, present, and future are an illusion. Nothing but a thin veil behind which lies the path to many possibilities. I have left you everything you need to put things right. But be careful. Not all is what it seems. You must finish what I could not. Trust the Watch. Find his counterpart.
The old fool. Always was one for dramatic exits. Careful now, kid. You follow down his path and, well, there's no coming back. House rules. Once the cards are cut, there will be no leaving the table. I'll be seeing you.
My word, that certainly got my attention. Who the hell was that second fella? A coot and a josser, I say. The cat to your grandfather's mouse. And I suppose we're now part of his, pest problem. As for what to do next, your grandfather mentioned a counterpart. My counterpart. Let's find that. As for trying to put things right, well, no pressure. Alice Comet? What is that? Oh, well. Someone went to great lengths to keep this treasure hidden. Now, this looks important. Though, it's a little large to be my counterpart. But I'd hazard a guess that our fortunes are ingrained in this machine. Your grandfather certainly left this here for a reason. Intriguing. This contraption is some kind of encoding machine. Your grandfather clearly intended for us to utilize this thing. But we might have to circle back on this one. Interesting. I'm guessing this is important. I know you ain't the help, son, but could you clean that picture off? It might reveal to us something about this counterpart we're looking for. Cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, a Russian? First man on the moon. And the date, it's circled, 1968. Well, that doesn't seem right. Huh, a battery might be important. And just like that, presto! that's the ticket. Now to put this to use. I much prefer a screwdriver if I'm honest. And by screwdriver, I of course mean the drink. Apologies. Yeah, I'm just venting. Having a good vent is healthy. Hold on. Those Russian words. I think I can translate them. Congratulations to Mother Russia. First country to land on the moon. Wait, I know my memory's filled with cobwebs, but Russians were the first ones on the moon? Is that right? Incredible. Back in my day, in order to get married, you sometimes had to jump through a great variety of hoops to get the parents' approval. It was tiresome and trial-filled. I've seen a fair amount of men go crazy. Now this is crazy. Another password. Who does this? Let's look around. Find the next hoop to jump through. My counterpart? Well, be honest. How do I look? Presentable? Now, just put it on my so-called nether regions, if you please. Woo! Wait! That's got as much punch as my uncle's moonshine. But then again, his stuff sometimes did make people go blind. This fragment thing, this antiquity fragment, it feels connected somehow. Try placing it into my counterpart, maybe. Something's got done happening. Jumping Jehoshaphat, we're out of this world. And not in the same chassis we left in. As curious as to where and when that fragment took us is how, son.